I'm going to show how to build a CRM. This is the second part. Again, I grew up in Portugal and live now in Berlin. I worked as UI UX designer over 10 years now, and I started with Ninox 3 years ago. So currently I'm a workflow consultant and Ninox developer at Q23 Consulting. We help clients to digitalize their processes and companies with Ninox. And I think Ninox for me is a great tool to explore. As you can see on this image, where I'm exploring the jungle. I'm exploring also the jungle of Ninox. So it's a very cool tool for me to be creative and to build very quickly prototypes. So, and what I'm going to show you today is, like last time we had separated, we started from scratch and we built a basic core structure with basic tables. So today we're going to create tables too, and on the tables we create fields, and between the tables we are going to set relations. We will have to do this all the time, but the difference to the last time is we didn't have that much time for coding, and so this time we're going to do both simultaneously. Like it's going to be very seamless mixture of building and coding. I think we have 60 minutes time. I'm going to do a short recap and show the database, and then we are going to I'm going to show you the core structure. We are going to add departments to the core structure. So we had companies, contacts, team member, projects, tasks, notifications. Let me check where the database is. Nope. Here it is. So recap part 1. We had companies, contacts, projects, tasks, team members, notifications, and from the additional modules, we added leads. And today we are going to add field service management, and to make this like usable, we need appointments too. And if we have time left, maybe we will build add a dashboard. We will see. I think, by the way, I'm going to host Let's Build CRM till the end of the month. So I think if we don't manage to do everything right now, we still can add it like next time or next week. So we had some change requests. Last time some viewers asked some questions or had some requests. I'm going to I will try to answer most of them. Oh, I see. Here's a mistake. For those who don't know, we created a change request. Like, this is the team Q23 webinars, and you can see on the right side we invited already some people that wanted to have access to this Ninox part 1. And if you want to join this team, you can send I don't know who is like helping me today.
I will be.
Oh, Niels was there. Okay, I didn't see you.
Yes.
Cool, good to have you on board. So last time people started to send requests to get invited, and Niels invited them to the team. In case you have some requests, you can also go into the CRM to do open the request and create a new record. I think here open. Yeah.
Already have the first people who want to be invited. Yeah, so just drop me your email and I'll get you to the team.
Nice. So we also made some backups from the databases. I think you can do mostly everything. If you crash something, just give us a hint and we rebuild it from the backup. So we had some change requests, CSV data import from Eric Gromet. What do I do if I import my data from Mac contacts? So in the Mac contacts, the companies and persons are in one data set. I disconnect the import and have the same time a connection of the people. Yeah, he wants to import his contacts and connect them to the companies they have. We will do this today, so you can see how to import your data, because from a CSV, because most of our clients they want exactly this. They need exactly this, because mostly they have like an old CRM or an old database, and I want to, of course, they want their old data in Ninox. So this is one step we do a lot. So we are going to show this today. End-to-end table connections. Maybe you could show some end-to-end table connections. Honestly, I'm not that like theory guy, but I will try to. I've prepared something, and I will try. So we are going to do end-to-end connections probably today, and yeah. So this working with numbers and conditions. I think this was an advice. I can show you later what Martin Thibault told us to do. Scripting deep dive. Antje Heinemann said she's interested in looking deeper into coding. We will do that, definitely. And field service with maps. We're probably not going to do this last part with maps because it's like connected to API stuff. It's more for Jonas, my colleague, but maybe in one of the next times. But we're going to do field services. Like this is one major module we're going to build today. Okay,
cool.
So
just also
yeah.
Again, like last week, so this all of these questions came from you guys. So if you want to see something, if you during the webinar you notice something that you want to see us build, just drop it in the chat, either here on Zoom, or you can also drop it in the YouTube chat, Twitch chat. I will be monitoring those and we'll be putting those into the board, so we can look at those next time or directly, depending on how much time we have.
Exactly. We will always try to feature those requests if they are manageable or yeah, with the time. We have also a special on Slack integration. So last time we had this cool button in our part 1. I think it was in notifications. So yeah, just I'm going to guide you through the whole database, but I'm going to show you this quickly. So we have this new Slack channel, Ninox Sandbox, as you can now get invited into the sandbox and use the code we built to send messages to Slack. So you can really, because we before we connected it to our personal Slack workspace, and we always got messages from you guys, but so they came a lot and you couldn't see it. So now we created this workspace, and if you want to get invited into this workspace, just give Niels a hint. Okay, let's see, what do we have else? Yeah, sure, you can contact us. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can write us an email, or you can forward, like, write Ninox an email, and they connect you to us. Yeah, let's build. All right. So I'm going to lead you quickly through the part one. We created companies, and those companies had contacts. Like, you could add a new contact. Mrs. Let's see, we have this cool page called UI Faces. In case you don't want to show your real data, I love to use this one. Rachel Leonard, she's now a contact in the Consop, also a fake company. We did like some attributes, company size, rating. We created the contacts. You can see all the contacts here. You can see also the company name in the list. We added projects, so now it's possible to create a project, to set a date from to connect a company, and to set a project owner. Project owner means it comes from a team member. So this is what we did next. We created team members. We added departments. This is, by the way, the point where we're gonna change the department structure. Yeah, and every project needs tasks. So we added tasks here. You can see them in the list, but you can also add tasks to a project, like task 4. You can set a due date tomorrow. It's open. You add a task owner, Alex, and you add a notification, date and time for a notification. So I think this is still not functional, but in theory, you could choose types of notifications, and automatically at this date, you will get a notification, right? And at that point, Ninox will set the check on send automatically. I think this is something we should also like deep dive into sometime. You can send it to Slack, and it should come here. No, I'll look into this later. All right. Oh, I know why. I know why. Wait. No. Okay. So yeah, I think this was basically everything. No, we had leads also. This was like an additional module. And what I showed you here was you can like create a lead, choose a company, choose a sales representative, which is from our team. You can set like a deal size. Let's see what this is, 400,000. And here I showed a bit of code already. If you select, you have called, you have one, like you can set the status for contacted, called, email sent, not answering, and nothing else happens, right? Because only one leads to the next interaction, and there you can like make it visible. If one is selected, you make proposal visible, and the same for if proposal is approved, you can select payment. All right, and this is made by code. You can see here in more options, display field only if text contacted is equal to 1. And I think we can solve like one of the requests that we had. it was working with numbers and conditions. The name is wrong. I think this was someone else who said this. This is wrong in my PDF.
Yeah, it was Martin Thibault.
All right, Martin Thibault. He said you should use numbers to select, like, we now say the text in the field contacted should be 1. Right, it should be equal to 1, and then only it's display only field if text is 1. All right, so we can do this also another way, because all the choice values have also numbers. This is good because if we look here in contacted is the fourth, the number 4 is 1, and if we change the label, like 1 to win, then it should not work anymore, right? It's shown anyway. So if we use like proposal, no, sorry, I'm in the wrong field. If we choose, like here, you can see the code is gone already because the label is not 1 anymore. It's win now. So we can say if contacted, wait, no, I'm doing this wrong here. Proposal, check. Oh, the field is not shown. So we are going to go to proposal. Text contacted is 1. And we say contacted is not 1, but it's 4. All right. So now it should show up. Proposal is showing up again. And you see, if I change it to the correct label 1 again, it's still working because I used numbers and not text. And this is totally right. We should do this for payment 2. We say proposal is not equal to approved. It's equal to, I think it's 1. Yeah. So because approved was number 1. Okay, so this was the bit of coding we did already. And now we are going to make a copy of this Ninox part 1. It's pretty cool, good for you to see this in case you wanna like do a copy. I do this very often. I create a backup, a manual backup, and now I have this backup at 2 p.m. 17 minutes. This is the one we just did, and we can restore it. Like now it should show up in some seconds. There it is. And you can rename the database and say this should be part 2, so we can keep track of our changes. Let's do this like let's part 2. All right. So what I want to implement now is departments to show you why I had this somewhere. Let me check. Yeah, this would be the next question, like N2M relations. I have this PDF, but you can definitely also Google it, where they explain about relations. And I think it's page 25. Okay, constraints of relationship type. So as I said, I'm not the theory guy, but it's always good to know a bit about. So one-to-one is the example is manages between a department and an employee. like an employee can manage only one department and a department has only one manager. So that's why we're going to create now a department. I want to show you. So department. Department name. Okay, let's give it an icon. Department. If I don't know what to select, I always select this one. So department should be sales. And what else do we have? Let me quickly look into my cheat sheet. Team members. So last time we had also marketing. And HR and project management. I think finance is the last one. Finance. Right. So now that we have a department, we want to assign team members to the department, right? So both ways, one-to-one, which would be like a supervisor, can do that now, like who's in charge for the department, which team member, like department owner. Department owner is Joshua. Oh no, he's already marketing. So let's go to marketing. Say, because what you see here, the department is just a drop down. I'm going to show you right away. So we are going to exchange this drop down with the new table. And you can see here created already a connection, and this is like he is supervisor of department marketing. So in theory, he could be supervisor of more departments. Put it here, and the cool thing is in Ninox, you can change the view of the table into a field view, right? So it looks like, for some cases, it's better to use the field look. Exactly. So now we exchange the department, but I think it's wrong because he's now supervising a department, and we want him to be part of it. So we want him to be part of a department also, because all the others are maybe like just working, not owning the department. So let's do link from team member. So now we can select all the others and add them to the department. And as Joshua is also part of the team, he owns it, but he's also part of it. All right, so I think we have now the one-to-one connection.
Also, I think we have one-to-N.
We have one-to-N.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'm trying to answer this question, but it's maybe someone else is better in this. Anyways, so
I think if you go into the wrench, it also shows you in the database. So if you click on this team member thing,
team member?
Yeah, in the yeah, if you open the
yeah,
department,
here.
Yeah, exactly. I think it shows.
Oh yeah, 1 to n, and this is n to 1. All right, nice. Okay. So n to m would be, we're going to look into this right now, because now I think department is done, right? Although we could delete this and do, I think, an n to m right away, which would be like subtable, create the connection, like it's connecting two tables. And we are going to say department assignment. Save changes. So now we have this subtable, and now we can create a new assignment, and now we can add the field link to. We can add a team member, and we can also add his role in this team. So I think this would be n to m, right? I hope it is.
Yeah, I think so too, with using the subtable.
Yeah. Okay, so now the role might be in the marketing. He might be he's a texter or a designer, or yeah, I think it's enough. So, well, save changes. So we choose a team member, edit. She's a designer. Oh, and you can always like adjust the subtables, team member, by adding columns. Exactly. Now you have like a bit more complex department structure, right? It's, you have much more information. You can also, I love these subtables, these n to m's, because they allow so many informations that you can set in between two tables. Like you can also ask since when, since when she's working in the department, right? Since yesterday. No, that's today. Okay, so and different other things. Maybe she's retired, but you still want to keep track of all the employees you ever had. Maybe you want to contact her, or someone else needs something, although she's retired. So you don't delete her from the department, but you just add a new state, right? And then you can, like, if you want only the team members that are not this row that are not retired, you can always filter them here. Like this should be, wait, you can filter to no, and then you have no one here in this department. So let's add someone who's not retired. Maybe Alex, he's the texter since last week. He's not retired, and he should show up. Oh no, should be empty. Yeah, because yes and no, there's not only yes and no on the yes and no field, there's also a third state, which is empty. All right. So this would be yes. Let me show you as a switch. And no, and this is empty. Right. All right.
Could maybe do for to the, I guess, looks nice. Do the the default value as no, and then filter by no, so we don't have the empty.
Oh yeah, right. That's a good idea. You can set a default value for kind of every field, and this one says no. And the default value drops in as soon as you like create a new data set. Exactly.
In the chat, Ehud is asking, can you set empty and no as a filter?
Good question. I think you can set probably everything to not empty. Yeah, not empty, but then it shows up no. Can say no and all. Yeah, I think you would need like you can also like we hide this column. You can add formula columns, and then you can do pretty much everything you want. Like you can say if retired is equal to false, which is no, or wait, we don't need this if, or retired is equal to null, which is empty. This should work. So now you can see that both the one who's empty, no, wait, put it empty. The ones who's empty and the one who says no are both saying yes. So we would like switch this and say is employed. Yes, and we say we want only the ones who say yes. Right. So this would be the way how to add empty and no. All right. Wow. This time it's time is rushing much faster. Let me check. Now we want to check on a PDF. What's next, please? Can't get rid of the full screen. Wow. Okay. Weird. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, next one would be we want to implement field service management. Field service management is like to a lot of clients want to keep track of their sales guys if they go out in the field and like do the customer service or get new clients. And in order to build this field service management, first we need appointments. So I'm going to build now this module, appointments.
So before you start with appointments, we have another question from James in the chat. Can you add a constraint to team member? I guess, can you add a constraint to team member? So I don't know exactly if he's referring to the subtable in the departments and to add a constraint there.
And maybe if you select someone here from the team. I don't know exactly what he means. Maybe you can go more into detail.
Yeah, that would be great. Maybe
okay, so I'm going to continue, but maybe if you can go more into detail, I can look into it later. Okay, let's create appointments. So we want to have an appointment with a contact, right? Contacts are connected to companies. So in general, you have an appointment with a person, not with a company. So we have contact and we have a date. And in order to do this, how I think it's right for this occasion, I added time from and time to. There's also appointment, which includes like both from to. It's huge. This field appointment, but too complicated right now to show it. So in order to have an appointment, let me check on my cheat sheet. Where do we have it? Just a sec. Yeah, and yeah, we need a status, right? So the appointment should be status at a choice field. Appointment should be either unconfirmed, in planning, confirmed, canceled. Don't know if it's right. Done. Okay. Can always add some nice icons and colors. I'm going to skip this. And the default value should be unconfirmed. So every time I create a new appointment, it's unconfirmed. Of course, because I need to call the contact, talk to him if it's okay, right? Okay, so appointments, we have an appointment table. Give it date. No, the one with the red dot. It's cooler. Okay, appointments. So now we have this like we can choose a contact. By the way, you can also customize the view, the table view inside this selection, because I want to have the company name shown here too. And you have to, in order to have this forever, you need to select one. You need to add the column, select one, and then save changes. And next time you will always see the company name, all right? Bit of a trick. Date. So we set a date, appointment is tomorrow from 11 to 12. It's unconfirmed, that's cool. We are going to change this to switch. Sometimes I like switch more because you can see all the choice fields at once. And now we need some people who take care of this appointment.
Maybe before we add the people, James clarified a little bit. He was, I don't want to select the same team member because I already selected it. So kind of a filter for not being able to select anyone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good point. All right. So we've been a team member, no department. And now we have Alex on the team, and what he doesn't want is to choose Alex again. Yeah, it's definitely possible. Like maybe you could add this to our checklist.
Yes, I will add it.
So because it's a bit more of coding, you can do like restrictions. You can do here constraints, we will look into this later. It's a good hint. I like this. All right, so for an appointment, we need to assign, we need date assignments. So someone has to take care for this appointment, and we are going to create again a subtable called date assignment. And as it's a subtable, I always add this one. So it's for, yeah. So now we have date assignment, and we want to assign someone. So here we have again this end-to-end connection, and we link team member to the date or multiple team members, because maybe two people want to visit this customer, this contact, right? So we have now team member, And we want to know from, like, we can select someone, Joshua, no, sales, Felipe takes over. And we want to know if he really takes over. So we add a yes, no field, takes over, add a checkbox. No, we add a yes, no in this case, because he can say no. Like later on, if we would extend this assignment process, we could also add a reminder or like a button in Slack to remind or to notify Felipe, hey, we have an assignment here. Do you want to take over? So he gets this message in Slack. He goes to Ninox and he says, yes, I will. So here we add our name column so that we know who's taking care of the assignment. All right. I think we're done with the appointments. Maybe just to show you some more scripting, like small step-by-step scripting. We're gonna show more scripting later. Like you have these formula fields, and you can ask in the formula, you can ask, like you can open the contact and then ask for the company name, and it will automatically show you the company. So you don't need to do another link to a company and assign it manually. It's already, you know already the company through the contact. All right, so now you're going to see where this goes. Now we're going to create a field service. So we want field service is like we create now a weekly field service tool. So people can structure their week. The sales guys can structure their week and can know which appointments they have in this week. So we're going to assign a team member. We're going to assign a date from and a empty space, date from and date to. So now the idea is that Felipe now can like ask which appointments I have from in this week. And by the way, you can ask for the week also in the formula. You can like ask for week name, parenthesis, date from, week day name, sorry, weekday name. Okay, weekday name. No, this is wrong. Week, right? Ninox DB. In case you don't know anything, you don't know how exactly the expression is. You just Google. You just search for the manuals. So here we have weekday name.
So I really want to bring attention to this because I think that's really important when you are working just in general with scripting, not only with Ninox, but whatever scripting language, you can't really remember the whole everything. So I would really encourage you to go to ninox.com, and then if you go to support menu documentation, there you have under the point calculation. You have the reference of an scripting function. So when you get started with scripting, or just in general when you're scripting, it's really helpful to just have this page open so you can quickly check the syntax for different stuff, or can look for examples whenever you're coding something.
Exactly. I use this quite every time I build something because I can't remember everything. So what I want is not the weekday name, it's the week, right? So we want to know the calendar week. I don't know if you say that in English, calendar week.
I think that sounds right.
Calendar week. Calendar week number 15. So we have the whole week, and now we want all the appointments somehow into this field service, and we need now an assignment. So well, time is really running. Field service assignment. I don't know. We have only 1 hour, right?
Yeah, I can check what is
Service
planned afterwards. We could maybe extend a little bit longer today.
Okay, nice. Right. So I'm going to rush a bit. So we go into scripting too. We are going to connect the appointment. We're going to connect the team member. We're going to set a status again. This is the field service assignment is like the when he really goes to the client, right? He has an appointment, and but he needs like a route for the whole week. Where should I go? Open. So all of this we built already for customers. They especially ask for this just to keep track of their sales guys. And also the sales guys, they love it because they can just organize themselves much better. Okay. So now we're going to do our first script. We're going to say Felipe should see all the appointments for his week, right? Now let's see. In order to trigger a script, we add a button. And we call it load appointments. Okay, so now we are going to, for each appointment that Felipe has in this week, we are going to create an assignment. So first thing always is to define where we are right now. So let field service week be this. And now we are going to select, we're going to select all the appointments. Let's see, all the date assignments, select date assignments. Okay, mine is wrong. Let me quickly check on it. Date assignment. Okay. So date assignment. Oh, let date assignment. What I'm doing right now is to create with let, I create a variable that I'm going to use later. Select date assignment where team member is equal to the team member we selected in this field service week. Field service week, team member. All right. And if we now quick check with count, I think you can write it also count. We count date assignments, we rename it plural. All right, now we count those date assignments just to check if Felipe has, oh no, this is a button. So what I normally do is to check with a formula, I check if my code will work. Okay, so has or amount appointments, right? So he has one appointment in this week. This is what we can count. If we would create like a next week for Felipe, oh yeah, right. You see, like he counts always when there's any appointment with the same team member. What we want to have now is to like not only ask for the team member, but also where date or the date of the assignment. No, let's look into, sorry, let's look into the date assignment. Like the date assignment has an appointment and this appointment has a date. So we are going to ask for date assignment and appoint where and appointment date is equal to our field service week date from. Okay, equal doesn't work that good because we want to have a range. Like we want to ask if the appointment date is bigger, is equal or bigger than the field service date from. And now we do the range and the appointment date is smaller or equal than the date to, right? So now we count again, we will see that there is zero appointment because we didn't choose any week. If we choose the week, like this week, the week of the appointment, you can see it counts 1. As soon as we take the next week, it's not showing up anymore. And you see that I'm like choosing the weeks manually. You can always like automate this, but maybe that's something we do next time. So now that we have, we know which appointments Felipe should go, like in this week, we can also do, like we can now grab the script from the function, add it to our button. So this is my normal approach. Probably there are people that do it differently, but I love to double check. I also love to define my variables with real names instead of just like some people do E or X is this. I don't like that because no one else knows how to read this code or it's very difficult. So I recommend to like use good names. Okay, now we have one assignment or multiple assignments, multiple appointments, and now I ask for appointment in date assignments do and end. So this is like for each loop for each date assignment, and I'm defining the variable here. For each date assignment, let new field service assignment. So we have to like make a difference between date assignments and field service assignments, all right? You're gonna see where this leads later. Let new field service assignment, and this is this one. Create field service assignment. All right, now we create a new record. And now with this variable of the new record, we can also define what we want to have into these what we want to write in the fields of the new record. So we want like appointment should be our appointment. The assignment dot should be right. Okay, what else? We want the team member. Team member should be appointment.team member. And well, field service. Maybe for some of you it's too complicated, but I explain later, or we can go deeper into this if you guys don't understand.
We can maybe like do an example loop step by step and go through the code line by line or something.
Target is to build a CRM, exactly. Field service is this field service. All right, and maybe status should be open. So status, and as we learned before, we can use numbers. Status is 1, is the first one, right? And now let's see if our script works. So Felipe Garcia has an appointment here. I can show contact first name here. And for this, we can maybe also add another appointment with another person. Date from also this week, like the date, company, and now we say Felipe should also take over Mr. Morris. Okay, and we see here amount of appointments he will load is 2, right? Okay, you see magic happened. It created now Felipe has like a list of field service locations he should go. We can add some columns now. Okay, it's obvious that it's Felipe because it's his week record. Other sales guys could also have their week records. But we want to see the appointment, like the date, and the appointment contact, first name. I don't like this. Well, let's do first name plus, you probably saw this from my colleagues. So normally, normally I go into contacts and do this to have, because you need first name and last name separated, definitely, but most of the time you need only the whole name. And so I add a function, like a quick function. I expected last name. Oh, here I'm just missing a plus. All right, and we call it just name. All right, and then you have this full name always accessible. Also in the field service, like we hide this column and go again. we search in the appointment, we search in the contact, and now we add the name. All right, so you don't have always to do this plus stuff. We do it once. And we want to know from which company those guys are. I have to visit. So again, appointment, contact, company. Can see, you can like dive through all the connections very nicely and very quick. Status open. Okay. And as we didn't have any barriers here, it will load like all the time, right? And we don't want that. We want the records only once. So this is a very important part. Always do those barriers before you create something new, right? So here we will count, let existing field service, like existing assignments, I won't write it all, it's too much. Existing assignments, B, and now we can ask in this field service assignment, right? And probably you guys know how to do the select, right? But as I'm going to quickly show you, as we have this table already here, you don't need to select, because select will like do a whole selection of all the appointments. And if you ask only this table that is connected, Ninox will be much more performant. So it will be much more faster. So you can write select and then where to filter, but you can also like just ask the table that is connected and then do curly brackets. No, it's not curly brackets. How do you call that? Good question, right?
Square brackets.
What? Square brackets.
Oh yeah, makes
square
sense.
Brackets. Right. And now you can add the filter here. So existing assignments would be field service assignment where appointment is equal to appointment, no, small appointment dot appointment, right? So this will ask, if there's any other assignment already existing, and we will.
What we could maybe do is go from the top and just like say a little bit what this code does. I think that would be when once you're finished with everything. So like go line by line and just show a little bit what's happening.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying while I'm writing. But yeah. All right, let's see. So maybe next time I can explain it better. Like do people look into it and have questions? So if count, now I count how many appointments there exist. If it's bigger than 0, then void. Else, create a new field service assignment, what we just saw, right? And now the script would be blocked because like, right, it doesn't do anything, but if we delete this record, we'll create only this one, right? So we are creating from this assignment, we are creating a field service assignment. From the date assignment, create a field service assignment. That's basically what we do here in the code. And this is pretty cool because now it's bulletproof. You can't like have double entries. All right, I think that's pretty much it. Now, Felipe can go into like do his week, go to the customer, and then say I started it, and maybe he he's there in front of the door. He starts. We could track time, how long he's inside. like for example, date started, or time started, sorry, it's not date, time started. And we want that the status, as soon as we change the status, it should write the start time, right? So we go into the field, and you also can, like what we did with the button, you can also do with fields on change. Like if I change the status, trigger after update, if I update the status, it should trigger something, it should do something. And we say time started is equal to now. There's also a great function you can find in the manual. I think it works. Yeah, it started. And then we can do the same thing for done. So I think this is something we can improve next time. Sorry? Someone said something? All right. And maybe next time, because so far you could say, hey, why doesn't go Felipe just through his assignments to his appointments and just goes there, right? You can do the same here. But maybe they are unconfirmed appointments, or we will do planned appointments. So it's not the same to have an appointment and to be exactly there. So this is what we solved here. We added a new place to set states for the moment he was there. And as a lot of like these clients that wanted to have this, they also wanted to have things like I don't know, a Fahrtenbuch. Let me check. I have this cool DeepL tool, Fahrtenbuch, logbook. Yeah. So those people, they drive through whole the country, and they should log like where they have been, how much they have spent, right? Because they it has to be all tracked for tax issues. And you can always, like for this week, we can add, for example, a logbook. Okay, and then say and then let me check. I didn't prepare this one. Yeah, like here, he can log the costs, for example. I can check for next time.
Yeah. Should I put it into the list as well?
Yeah, that would be good. Logbook.
All right, I'll put it in. Very nice.
Yeah. Also, in this field assignment, he can add like a report. So we could add reports too. Maybe you can add reports too to the list. Like how can someone who's in field service make a report to a specific appointment?
Huh.
Okay. And then also we can, like we could track, we could like have statistics and data, like those cool charts. We could look up this also for next time, because dashboard for dashboard charts would be nice too. Exactly. Okay, so one thing is missing, and I don't know if we still have like some minutes.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. As Morris gives a thumbs up. Great. All right.
Oh, nice. All right, let's do this. So what I don't remember the name, sorry. Eric asked for was to show CSV data import, which is very important. So we have only 2 companies here. And what I did, and I want to show you how to import data from CSV. And I found this cool page here, sample data, and you can download 500 records for free. And I have this zip file now. And you have the CSV, right? Right. So I think this is what Eric was talking about. He has the first name and the last name and all the addresses of the guy, of the people, the contact, but he has also the company name here. And he wants them to be connected. And we're going to do exactly that. So next step would be to adjust the field names to our Ninox field names, because as soon as we import, maybe I show you how it looks like right now. If I import the data, US 500. All right, if I import this, next, then yeah. Oh, I'm in the companies. That's wrong. Totally wrong. So let's go back to contacts. Do the same. Import data. All right. So you can see that we have here the first name, last name. We can like do this manually, but in order to have it all automatically, we can, or maybe it's not even necessary. I don't know. Does it create automatically fields that are not there? No, I don't think so. Okay, so we will need, let's do it a different way. You rename this. Wait, we rename the fields in Ninox. It goes both ways, but maybe it's faster. First name and last name. And we also need the field company name. Exactly written like this. And we will skip all the address stuff because we just want to show how to connect those people from the list with their real companies here. Right. So now we import data. Oh, wait. Yeah, exactly. Next, and you can see it matches automatically. So you would, if you have a lot of fields, you should just open it in a new, like import it into a completely new table, because then it creates all the fields automatically. So now we do next, and we see 22 records. We import them, import successful. We look in the context, you have all those people now in Ninox. And now we want to match the company name of the companies here. And as we don't have only 2 companies, we will create new companies on the fly and skip existing companies, right? So this script would be usable not for one import, but for many imports. So match company. And let's check. So we will ask for, and I think now we have to use select. Yeah, so let's let contacts be select contacts. All right.
You have a T. Oh, never mind.
What?
No, I thought it was misspelled, but I misread.
No, I think it's right.
Yeah, it's right.
Okay, so for contact in contacts, and you can see where it leads now. Yeah, you can, if you write the variables, real names, much better to read. For contact and contacts do. So for each contact, we will create a company, because we assume that every contact has a different company. Let new company be create company. Maybe this is easier than the other before. New company, companies, right? So, and now we want to create a new company, and now we want that the contact, this contact, is linked to the new created company. Contact.company equal to new company. Makes all sense. If you repeat this several times, you will exactly know what I'm doing. Just sometimes you need just this bit of try and error, and then you will understand. Okay, so if I run this now, it should work. Let's see. It's working and working. Like, we have to wait a bit. I think it's 500 records, right?
Exactly.
Sometimes it takes a while. Oh, I missed something.
Well, we didn't enter that you should put the name in.
Company name.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it's done already. And we missed to add like the company name. What I like to do is to, if I'm in the beginning of a project, it doesn't hurt to just delete companies. And now I can do like let companies without name be select companies where company name is null. So delete, and now I can delete them. Delete companies with name. Okay, let's do this red. And all right, so companies should be deleted. Only our two are left. Now we can again like look into our code, and what is wrong here is that the new company needs a name. New company name is equal to like the contact, like this imported field name. Now it should work. We'll match company. I think I don't know if the developers like this, but sometimes you can do something like, I don't even know if I should teach this, do as server. My experience, it goes faster, but it also can block the database. So be careful with this.
Yeah.
All right, so we imported all the, I think it's done, right?
Yeah.
We can script much more, but we actually created them. And maybe next time, let me just check. Maybe one last thing to do it correctly. Let existing company, because it would double and triple the companies, that existing company, be select companies where right, for number, so the ID is equal to the contact something is wrong here. Number or number. ID. In English it's different. All right. So if you count, if count more than 0, then void, else do the script, create a new company. So as all the companies exist, it shouldn't do anything. I hope. And if it does, we look into it next time.
Exactly.
But I think if we group it, yeah, nothing happens. So it skipped the companies. So now you would be able to import more companies and more contacts with new companies, and they would only match those.